Martin, congratulations back in the role as the head coach of the Under-18s. First of all, tell me how you're feeling.
Yeah, I'm really excited, Chris, and obviously really proud and honoured. I think that obviously I've been in this role before, and it was always a massive honour. Representing your country for me is the highest thing that you can do. It's a very exciting and positive time for Great British hockey. I think obviously the Under-18s winning the gold last year was a massive achievement. And then everybody knows what happened with Peter and his team in the men's tournament. And I think probably everybody that's a hockey fan watched that. So we're in an exciting time. So for me, as I say, it's that overriding emotion is pride and honour. And, I can't wait to get started.
How much can you use that inspiration of what the men did and instill that to the players that you're going to take over?
Yeah, I think that has to be used as one of our motivating factors, the key drivers of what we want to do, because I think, I read some of the stuff just in the last couple of days, even back on what Pete was saying, and I think we all go into the tournaments with the realistic achievement of staying in the group. Winning your first game is always key, and then, not anything can happen for there. So I think we've got to instill in them that there has to be a belief, there has to be that British spirit that we never say die, we stick together. And even with what I think 14 seconds or whatever that was left to go, like everything looked lost, and there was still that belief. So we need to take that into our whole program, not even just the Under-18s. We take it into our whole program. We use that to build on, and I think the kids will be inspired by that anyway, and definitely be something that we'll be using within the Under-18 program.
And how important do you think it is you take over a team on a high after maybe an unexpected promotion, but they, like GB, went and got the job done in quite spectacular style. You'll be taking over a team. Okay, some players will move on because of the age group gap, but there'll be a team buoyed by what they've done, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, Jeff Hutchins started the building process last season, and then Tony stepped in and took that team to the tournament, and Tony, alongside Sean and Martin Single, then done a great job, and they made sure that the players were ready. They played an exciting style of hockey. They played an aggressive style of hockey. As you say, they had some great players there who, yes, some will move on, but they still, the key thing for me is they still have a good solid base. I think there's 12 players that can return that have won a gold medal, which that experience will be vital. So the foundations are there. We need to now kick on and use, as I say, this exciting time for Great British hockey. Use the key players and the talented players that we have there, and I think we can go there. We can build a good team, and hopefully we can do a good job.
You've been assistant coach of the 18s, head coach before, of course, assistant more recently of the 20s, but also you've been a successful domestic coach. How big is the difference between domestic hockey and World Championship? What are the big differences?
I think the key thing for any coach, I guess, that coaches domestically is you have your players again at a pro level. It's pretty much every day at the level with NIHL at the moment. We still see them 3-4 times a week. We spend 30-35 weeks a year together. So your preparation time, the time the contact time you actually have with them to work on things is obviously a lot more. And for a Great Britain point of view, you're relying on other teams, coaches, other clubs, players themselves to do things away for the game. But, I think the game's moved on enough that the players do take a lot of pride in that now. So I think when we do get them to camp, and certainly going forward, I think we'll see a better prepared player just based on the last few years. So there's a huge step. Obviously, the level these kids play at to stepping up to an international level and then going up again now to 1B, there's going to be a massive step. But obviously our job as coaches and my job then as a head coach is to make sure that they're ready. And for myself, I think I've been away, worked with Slava and Aaron last year, which was a great experience. Obviously Tony's taken over the programme and learning for Tony as well. And then in the club hockey, we've got links with Braehead Clan. So this summer we've spent a lot of time talking with Peter Russell. So I've obviously went away and learned and trying to make myself better, learn from the mistakes I've made in the past. So I'd like to think with the good core group of staff that won a gold last year, myself coming in back with better, hopefully better prepared, then we'll go out there and we'll do ourselves justice and we'll do the country proud.
We talked about the inspiration of GB men and what happened in Hungary, but what about the inspiration of a player much nearer the age of these sets of boys in Liam Kirk, who's been on this amazing rise, which resulted in being drafted in the NHL draft a few months ago. how much can the young players take inspiration from him and what he's done?
I mean, Liam's journey's been incredible, and it's funny. I joked with Liam at the time that I gave him his GB debut in the under-18s when he was technically still an under-16. We had the captain Kirk going at one point when we made him the captain, and I've stayed in contact with Liam. But to watch what he's done is an inspiration to any young player. It allows them to show or to see that anything's possible. The work that Liam has put in away for the ice rink. He took Danny Moyer, and Danny's done an unbelievable job away for the ice. Obviously, the Steelers then took him on, and everybody knew his talent, but the kid himself had to work so hard to make sure that he stayed at the top of his game. And I think every player in the country, whether they be under 18 or whether they be just starting the game, should be looking at a player like Liam and just looking at, as I say, that work rate, how humble he is, how he takes the support of his family. He's such a team player. And I guess he's had his inspirations above him. And we've obviously had Colin Shields and Tony Hand before that go and be part of the NHL. So as much as he's fresh and he's definitely one we can use, I think as British kids in general, that refreshes people's memory. And we can start to look at who's the next crop, where's the next guy coming from, is this possible? And rather than it being just a massive pipe dream, if people work hard enough and get their head down and listen to coaches, then it's now a possibility for them.